If you were to ask me which single year was the best for video games, there's a very real chance I'll answer 2004. A year that, even though it sits in the middle of a pretty incredible streak of great years, somehow manages to stand out as being particularly remarkable. 2003 already had a selection of banger titles to pick from, with the likes of Jak 2, Knights of the Old Republic, and Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. For clarification, as of the time of recording, only the latter one is foreshadowing a future video idea. But then 2004 rolls around and starts dropping instant classic after instant classic, to the point where you could be forgiven for thinking that it was everyone's final hurrah. No, seriously. That's how good this year was. So many all-time bangers released over the course of these 12 months. You got your Half-Life 2, you got Halo 2, you got Need for Speed Underground 2, you got Sly 2. A whole lot of 2s for some reason. But you wouldn't click on a video with this title to hear me gush about these titles directly. Oh no. You clicked on it to hear me make a commentary on how god-awful games are these days by taking these certified childhood heroes and ruining them via the medium of exploitative monetization! Because, spoiler alert, that's gonna be the running gag for most of this thing. So, let's destroy some games. As you can probably tell from how obviously this is just City 17 footage captured specifically for this video, I haven't played this game. At all, really. And I also haven't played enough shooters in my life to even know where to begin with making a bad one. But I guess we can start by building the game for console first and then making a PC port with 720p wall textures, just because hardcore capital G gamers gonna be mad at that. Oh, and let's throw in a Battle Royale mode as well, because those aren't about 6 years out of date already. As you can probably tell from how this is obviously emulator-based glitchy tutorial level footage played comically poorly, even though it's on easy difficulty, Look, I don't know what to tell you. The only two true shooters I remember playing in my lifetime are Bulletstorm and Blood Dragon. And I guess if you really want to go there, sure, let's count GTA and Ratchet & Clank as well. I just wasn't an Xbox boy. I still kind of am not. I saw the Unraveled, I saw Valefisk's Joe Mongoose Grand Prix, but that's about as much as I've ever involved myself in Halo. I don't know, have the game be set on Planet Halo or something. Look, going forward on this list, can we exclude Xbox exclusives and shooters that aren't GTA? Because I'm just not cultured enough as a person to know how to mess those up. Okay, you know what? Executive decision. Forget about trying to curate a list based on the most popular games of the year overall. From this entry onwards, we're going with ones I know I can make jokes about, and only that. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Online, the Definitive Edition. Need I say more? Challenge Mode is on-disc DLC! The Hacker is now one of those mobile games where you spend energy to do literally anything, and then you have to wait for an hour for it to recharge. Except this one only counts in-game time, and it only has 3 charges. Boy, are those hacker-heavy levels going to be fun! Also, Courtney Gears is now a pre-order exclusive that'll turn into a $20 DLC after 2 years, and the script is not allowed to contain jokes, which means that yes, we're replacing Dr. Nefarious and Lawrence with someone far less memorable and probably voiced by Nolan North and Troy Baker. Oh, am I gonna have fun with this! The $70 shell price gets you the US campaign for the Compact class, and the Muscle series is on-disc DLC. About 2 weeks after launch, they revealed their first DLC pack, and some executive is real proud of themselves for coming up with this name. European Adventure. Get it? Because it spells EA. 2 more classes and a location that admittedly is pretty damn great, with the Vineyards, Riviera, Alpine and Winter City. All for the low price of $15. Though you could of course get the Premium Deluxe Edition and get it for free. The Premium Deluxe Edition is $90. You just got scammed out of at least a fiver. Roughly 6 months later, they launch a new DLC that isn't covered by the Premium Deluxe Edition. It's called the Far East Road Trip, or FERT for short. It's only one class, and the location is... it's honestly kind of underwhelming. Like, it's cool and all, but Europe had 4 unique tracks. This only has 3, and the only endurance track doesn't even contain one of the normal ones. It just doesn't live up to the high expectations set by Europe in any way. And yet they expect to sell this for $20 because they need to finance the next game. Hey, what are you doing here, Burnout Revenge? We're not talking about you. Yet? Get out of here! Oh, and also you don't actually unlock any of the special cars. You just unlock character clothing, vaguely referencing them, like Costume Coupe Ultimate Cargo Pants. I mean, look, ultimately this is a game that would be published by current-day EA. And we all know the one universal truth about them. They see the money. They like the money. Wow, would you look at that? I used Dimitri from Sly 2 as a segue into the next game. Wow, I must be the best YouTuber in existence! Items you pickpocket from guards no longer have a monetary value. These are now all instead their own unique currency, which is what you now need for buying items on ThiefNet. The paraglider, for instance? That's gonna be 20 gold coombs, my man. All of these being premium currencies that you can of course buy with real money. And as different items are gonna be worth different amounts of money, a pen may be as little as a few cents, you just know that a gold bar is gonna be at least 20 bucks. That's right, I've made coins entirely useless. And guess what? The clue bottles are out too, because they're just too much fun. Hold on. What? What do you mean they already removed the clue bottles with 2005 Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves? Yes, I have considered making a video about how the D&D movie ripped off that game, but it just doesn't write itself as much as the Spyro Atla one did. More pointless currencies! Performance parts now cost performance tokens, which you can only get from winning races. And also, there aren't enough performance tokens in the world for you to upgrade all your cars. There's just barely enough to fully upgrade one if you stick with your starter, because you just know you like being forced into an attachment to a Honda fucking Civic. We're also bringing back style points from the first Underground, but they're changed a little. These will now be points you spend on visual upgrades, which means that once again, the bank has absolutely no purpose, other than it looks hip that there's an item on your HUD that says bank. Also, style points are once again easily cheesed in drift events, because why not? Now, how can I possibly make this a commentary on how shitty games are these days without just pointing at GT7 and laughing? What can I possibly do to make GT7 shit? I got it. Bring back the mileage exchange from Sport. The one step forward GT7 took was getting rid of multiple currencies. So why not just reintroduce that? And say make GT Auto entirely dependent on it. I'm talking liveries that cost 1,000 kilometers to apply. I'm talking engine rebuilds so expensive you need to drive 2 cars to the death to afford... Oh yes! God almighty! Yes! Engine swaps that you pay for with mileage points! Ha ha ha! This is almost too evil! No need to lock the doors, Satan! Daddy's coming home! Well, I mean, we are talking about things that might happen in the worst possible timeline, right? Listen, buddy. Spyro isn't coming back. Not even in the best of timelines. What hope then do you have for the worst timelines? You gotta understand this. Why would Microsoft want to spend the time, money, and effort it takes to make a new Spyro game when they could just make another Endless Runner for Crash? Actually, they backport A Hero's Tale into Enter the Dragonfly and release it without any testing. Now that's a fate worse than them not releasing a Spyro game at all. If nothing else, I guess we've got this to be thankful about. Russia may be trying their best to cause another world war. Fascism may be on the rise in countries where people really should know better. LGBTQ+ people may be getting burned on stakes all over the planet for the heinous crime of being gay in the vicinity of a quote-unquote real man. But at least we're not getting another Enter the Dragonfly. There's still hope for this timeline. That's the games I had for the 2004 list. There were obviously many other classics, but it turns out it's much harder to write bits for games that I haven't played. Boy, can I not wait for next year's list where I get to talk about Need for Speed Most Wanted, Ratchet Deadlocked, and Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. Boy, is it gonna be a wild ride.
Han var en dreng, hun var en pige. Hvad mere skal jeg dog til det sige? Han var en punk, hun dansede ballet. Det gjorde det så net. Han ville have hende, men hun kunne ikke sige. I al hemmelighed ville hun være hans pige. For alle hendes venner stik hende ind på snuden. De havde problemer med hans valgklud. Han var en skaterdreng, hun sagde din drømmedreng. Han var ikke god nok til hende. Fordi hun var en smuk tøs, ville hun ikke ses med den døs. Hun ville blive nødt til at skifte sind.